That siren! Is that...
Telethia! A horde of them are approaching!
Let's move!
Gotcha!
I'm going too.
But Shulk needs you!
I know, but I can't just stay here. What if something happened to you? What would I tell Shulk when he wakes up?
Fiora, are you sure?
Lots of Dino Beast!
Look, it's him!
So he survived.
Dixon!
That's right. Glad to see me.
Shut up!
Looks like that high-end tier's big bro died for nothing. Oh, don't be like that. You'll meet him soon enough. You might even be reborn if you return to Lord Zanza. Who knows? He might be your boyfriend in the next life.
You will not mock the memory of my brother!
You lot don't know when you're beaten. Why don't you just give up?
It's my decision.
In order to perpetuate their existence, Zanza and Meyneth must use a being they created as a physical host. They cannot exist forever as mere souls. This world was created so that they may continue to exist. It is for this reason that its existence and future is in their hands. This is the passage of fate, and your visions. People live and die at the mercy of Zanza, and through this, Zanza maintains the existence of this world.
Our destruction was always inevitable. Everything we did was meaningless.
Are you certain? It was his will to revive you and use you as a host. Taking the Monado from Meyneth, doing with the world as he wishes. Everything was as he decided. But why is it that Zanza now wishes to destroy you? What is the need for this?
That's because...
He in fact has no choice but to do it. If he does not, he risks his entire existence.
And we're the source of that risk. But why?
It is a marvel to exist outside the passage of fate. The lives created by Zanza and Meyneth inevitably attempt to escape the passage of fate. This signifies the beginning of their destruction. Meyneth accepted this and entrusted the future of this world to you. Many times, your visions have allowed you to change the passage of fate. You saved the lives of those destined to die.
I couldn't save everyone.
Nothing that exists is perfect. It is a sad truth, but you can learn from it and begin the journey on a new path. Not Zanza's path, but one that you forge yourselves.
Our own path.
So, decide, Shulk. Will you walk the path laid out by Zanza, or will you walk a new path? The Monado awaits you.
That was always how it was going to be. If I'd wanted to walk the predetermined path, I wouldn't have come this far. Even with the odds stacked against us, even though I can't see the future, I'll keep walking. My own path, that I decide. Fiora, Rhine, Dunvan, Sharla, Melia, Ricky. We all feel the same.
Well then, you must defy fate to succeed. Succeed and follow a new path.
Alvis, are you...
You already know. You know what I am, and what you must do.
These things don't give up.
Ricky never lose. Ricky protect Colony 6.
Right. We can't let them get any further.
You know the drill. Take them down.
Oh, yeah. Come on!
Ricky shows secret weapons! Ricky grab it!
Powering up!
Raging
Now it's right time!
Raise our wits! Building within me.
Ricky is angry!
Powering up!
Just as I manifest yourself.
Now it's right time!
Manifest yourself.
Come on!
Summon. Copy. Manifest yourself.
Ricky won't be like...
Focus your attacks.
No problem! Now it's right time!
Ancient spirit of ice.
Beat!
Try hard! No give up!
I'm powering up! What? Now it's right time!
Focus your attacks.
No problem! I'm powering up!
Summon. Copy. Manifest yourself.
Now it's right time!
Flowing through me.
Very good! Come on! Beat! I'm powering
Let us
up!
move in for the kill. Summon bolt. Manifest
Now
yourself.
it's right time! Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
Star-searing flames of absolution.
Nice! Yeah, we got him good!
If only Shulk was here! We're dead meat without the Monado!
Get away from him! Forget about the Monado, kid. More space between Zanza and us, the better.
If Rhine's got time to sound off, we must be doing okay.
We are doing okay.
Rhine is correct. Perhaps we relied too much on the Monado and Shulk.
Right. We've chosen to fight the Bionis. We have to manage on our own.
Look at them struggle. If they can't even handle a few Telethia, how do they expect to defeat me?
This is not the end!
Dunvan!
Fiora!
Dunban! Are you okay?
I just overdid it. Fiora,
I'm okay. I can still fight.
Why are you bothering to try and cover it up? Go on, just admit you've had enough.
Never!
Look out!
Lots of dino beasts.
It truly seems as though everything is going as Zanza planned. But our hearts and minds, they still hold the will to seize our own destiny. No matter how hard you try to break us, the future is ours to shape, Dixon! Always!
When will you learn you have no future? Face it! Your destiny is to die here!
What? Shulk!
Thank goodness you're here!
Damn, kid! So you're still alive! Attack! Destroy them! Ah! What?
That was awesome!
Sorry for worrying you all.
Shulk. Welcome back.
Fiora.
Little brat. What's he gone and done now? Time for me to get my hands dirty.
Shulk, look out!
Huh?
Oi, kid. It's about time for your final lesson.
Dixon!
Show me what you've got. You think you've got the power to oppose Lord Zanza? Let's see how you do against me.
All right. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. We've got Shulk back in the party, this time with a brand new weapon, the Replica Monado. In terms of power, it's somewhere roughly between the Monado 1 and the Monado 2, which means it's weaker than what we've been used to, but still powerful enough to at least attempt to hold its own, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, we've got to slap on a few gems on it real quick and get to the fight. With the Replica Monado, Shulk continues to use the Monado arts that he had available since before he was shot. So we have Purge, we have Cyclone, we have all that good stuff. Whatever we were able to do with the Monado 2, we were able to do with the Replica Monado, just at slightly less efficiency. So, with the Serenity Telethia, we want to make sure we remove its ability to Soul Read us. So we can just slap it with a Monado Purge immediately, since it used Soul Read immediately, and now we can just kind of go to town on this thing. It's pretty big, so it's a little difficult to determine where exactly bonus effects take effect on this thing, much less how close you have to be in range of this thing. Its hitbox is very definitely just a little on the weird side, so try to deal with that as best as you can. Let's see. Let's try and maneuver behind it and slap it with a backslash. Basically, yeah, there we go. It's got a Talon Art Killer Die 5, it kind of makes itself invulnerable for a little bit, and then pops up out of the ground. It shouldn't be anything too troublesome to handle, even though it does inflict blowdown and daze on a single party member. If your party member gets discouraged, as always, just cheer them up, and we can just pile on damage on the Serenity Telethia as hard as we can. This thing is not tough at all compared to the things we've been fighting so far. There we go. I think it's immune to topple. It's hard to tell because the numbers pop up in weird places, but I think it's immune to break. Yeah, it's immune to break. Oh well, at least we tried. Let's just finish it off.
That brat. How could he read my movements? What the hell's going on?
Shulk! How'd you do it?
I could see it. The future. I don't have the Monado, but it came to me, Ryan. From within.
Nice one! Looks like we're back in business.
Bunch of ingrates. Oi! Stop hiding and get yourself out here. I don't appreciate being left to do all the hard work. Alvis?
What? It can't be.
Alvis! Not you too!
Yeah, another one of Lord Zanza's faithful. One of the Trinity.
No! How can he be one of them?
Alvis! Is this the only reason you served under my family? You traitor!
Oi! Say something! Shulk!
Leave it. It doesn't matter what he is. That doesn't change anything at all. Does it? Alvis?
Yes, precisely. You must find your own path to the future.
The Telethia! He's...
So you're just another one of Zanza's lapdogs!
Get ready, everyone.
Show them no mercy.
As you wish. Let us see that will to survive.
Sony Telethia is a little tougher there, so let's just deal with this. I don't think I mentioned it in the last battle, but I am again going with DPS Ricky Ryan, because Ryan has more HP to absorb blows with, and at this point that's pretty valuable. Again, you can substitute him with Dunban if you feel like being able to dodge out of the way of everything is slightly more important. It's really up to you, but I recommend that at the very least your tanks have 5,000 or more HP. In fact, I'd recommend that everyone has at least 5,000 HP. At least with Ryan around, it's pretty easy to top him up, and it's not too catastrophic if he ends up at half, because half for him is roughly around where, like, Melia or Shulk would be with some HP up gems, so yeah. Oh wow, you just changed the weather, why don't you? Although I feel like it was already storming. This thing's easier to hit from certain bonus areas because its hitbox makes sense, unlike those big long things. Oh boy, that did not look fun. Anyway, I feel like this thing is, even though it's obviously stronger than the Telethia we were fighting earlier, it's not that tough, really. Just be sure to be wise about how you use your arts, and you should be good to go. I'm probably spamming arts a little bit more here, but with Rhine in the party, which is yet another reason why I have Rhine in the party, it's actually a lot easier to get away with art spam, because Rhine soaks up aggro like crazy with all of his arts, because he has so many of them that literally do nothing but generate aggro. As well as Magnum Charge into Sword Drive. There we go, got him.
That all you got? Not so tough without your pet, are ya? I'll show you the will to survive!
Meddling kids.
I have seen your will to fight. It is time to decide. What do you say? Does this world belong to you, or to Zanza? Well...
Either way's good with me. But I wonder what Zanza would say about it.
He desires the same. And he sees everything. As you see, Shulk.
It's like he says.
Get back here!
You understand, don't you, Shulk?
Yeah. You can bet on it.
We'll be waiting.
We'll be on our best behavior.
And we will be the best guests you ever had.
Ah, that's quite a good comeback. I'm impressed. I'm trembling. Me. Stupid, meddling kid. After all these years, I never thought the day would come when I would feel fear.
Dunban, have you seen Fiora?
I have. She said she was going out to get some air. I don't think she went far.
Thanks. I'll take a look. Fiora, here you are.
Oh, Shulk.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's so peaceful. It's hard to believe that we defeated a horde of Telethia just minutes ago.
Zanza wants to finish us all, so he can make the vision he's had come true. We're in the calm before the storm.
They'll be back, won't they? The Telethia. To remove us all from this world.
I won't let that happen. Whatever the future holds, we can never give in. Not to Zanza. No, not even to our destiny.
I wonder why Alvis said what he did.
Which part?
Does this world belong to us or to Zanza? Why would he side with Zanza? Power? Or maybe he wants to live forever?
Who knows? But I don't think his motives are that simple. I'm sure Alvis has some kind of plan. Otherwise, why would he speak to me in my dreams?
He spoke to you in your dreams?
That's another reason why I have to find Zanza. I have to find out why.
You and me both. I must fulfill Meyneth's wish. Shulk? You wanted to speak to me about something.
Oh, that's right. Lenada's looking for you. She wants to examine you. She's back at Junk's.
Oh, hey, can you go ahead? I'll go and see Lenada in a minute. I need a few minutes to myself.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Thank you. What can I do? If I go to see Leonarda, she'll find out what's happening to my body. I need to come up with a good excuse. Oh, please, let me be with Shulk just a little bit longer.
Zanza is inside the Bionis. I just know it.
Dixon must be there as well.
Yes, and Alvis too.
That's all good, but how do we get to them? If they're inside the Bionis, we're gonna need to dig a pretty big hole.
How long will it take? Ricky get old soon.
It just so happens I have the answer. On the Bionis chest is a massive hole that leads inside. It's the wound made by Agil's final attack.
Then that means...
Yes. While the Allied force keeps the Telethia busy, you can sneak inside that wound and take out Zanza.
We will take Junk's. Let my father know when you are ready to depart.
Yeah! Time to knock some heads.
Ricky never lose. For Ricky family, Ricky win!
We must show this god our unyielding will to survive.
The suffering of my people will not be in vain.
The crimes against our friends will not go unpunished.
Shulk!
Ready. We go to the Bionis chest. We will free our world from Zanza's curse.
Alright. We've got our goal. Let's just fly straight into the Bionis interior. Why not? Might as well.
It's the inside of the Bionis.
It looks quite different from when we entered via the marsh.
The Bionis is regaining its biological functions.
Must be because Zanza woke it up.
Then we find Zanza and stop him.
Alright, so this is the entrance to the Bionis interior. Basically from here forward, it's just like a couple of areas and then the final battle. So this is where you want to go to progress with the plot. But of course, instead of progressing with the plot, we're going to do side quests! Because we always do side quests. Let's talk to Vinaya real quick, because she actually has a very interesting set of side quests for us. These are the Replica Monado side quests. There are 5 of them in total, and each of them requires you to go out into the world, which is now Fallen Arm and Bionis, because everything else is dead. And there are enemies and collectibles that you can find across the world that you can use to create these Replica Monados. Each of them requires a different set of items, of course. And just about every enemy you have to fight for them is at or above your current level. It's basically the game's way of introducing you to the various things you can now do now that we're in endgame territory. I'm going to have Nicole fly us back to Colony 6 right now, actually. Because we're not going to be progressing with a plot for a little while right now. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and a lot of stuff I'm not going to do just yet. But I want to talk about things first. So yeah, you just talk to him and he'll take you back pretty nice and easy. Now with the Replica Monado quests and with, well, first to just, I guess, speak a little more clearly. So anyway, we have access to just about everything in the end game, including a few areas and new areas and areas that are significantly more different than they were before. Basically, it's just all the content in the end game, including content that's at higher levels than the final boss of the game. The final boss is actually only at about level 82, which is like 11 levels from where we are now. So as much as possible, I would like to avoid having to be at much higher levels than that, because, to be honest, I've never actually beaten this game at a level that's appropriate for the time. Because you can really easily cheese and quash the final boss like crazy if you're at like level 95, which I was, pretty much starting like right from the next boss all the way to the end game, because, well, the next boss was so difficult that I was like, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna do side quests instead, and I did side quests until I was level 95. So, yeah, that happened. Anywho, stupidity of past me aside, I want to try and do things legit this time, which should be a pretty new experience for me because I've never had to do it that way before, so this will be as much as a learning experience for me as it will be for you. I've kind of been nervous about this for a while now, actually, admittedly. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of quests, but any quest that requires me to fight a monster that's stronger than the final boss of the game, or grind to a point where I'm much higher than the final boss of the game, I'm gonna save for after we beat the game. You can continue doing quests after you beat the game. I'll explain a little bit more about how that works when we come to it, but you can continue to do things in the world. So I'll consider everything that you have to be above level 80 for as post-game content, and appropriately I'll be covering all of that content after we beat the game. Now, in terms of areas that are different or new, now that we've completed things, we'll be going into Bionis Interior and Prison Island pretty soon for the story, which is where we'll be able to complete the areas for them, so that will be accessible to us eventually. Also, Tephra Cave, if you recall, way back in the beginning of the game, there was a part of Tephra Cave that was completely walled off by a rock slide. Since the Bionis shifted around a lot, that rock slide got cleared up, and we can now go beyond that. Unfortunately, just about everything beyond there is at or above level 90, so yeah, you'll probably get destroyed if you go through there. Now, the quest that's actually, funnily enough, immediately in front of us, actually takes us to that new area of Tephra Cave, which I may or may not do depending on how effective I am at running away, but I'll talk about that more later. Additionally, and I'll show this off because it's super depressing, and it made me cry the first time I played this game. Yeah. Just gonna show off all these grayed out Hyantia right here. Oh, wow. Huh. Could you imagine if I had gone with Rykoth for that quest? Now that would have made me cry. Holy crap. Yep. There are a lot of dead Hyantia on this affinity chart now. They're gone from the game permanently because they all turned into Telethia. If you try to go into Alchemoth or Aerith Sea at this point in the game, there will be loads and loads and loads of level 80 plus Telethia roaming the areas, including Alchemoth itself. You can't even fast travel back to Alchemoth right now, just because you have to complete a quest in order to return there. It's rough. I won't be dealing with Alchemoth or the fallout thereof until after I beat the game, though. That I can say for certain. But anyway, now that we have access to a whole host of side quests, as well as levels high enough to collect things we need, at this point we can upgrade Colony 6's housing to level 5, and I think that's it. I think that everything else requires you to go through Bionis Interior or through either through Bionis Interior or through I'm having a struggle. Or through Prison Island immediately afterwards. So we won't be dealing with anything that requires us to go to those areas and collect items from them. I'll be holding off on that entirely. So yeah, there's that. How is our affinity doing for... Oof. Okay, that explains a lot. So yeah. I didn't do a whole lot of generic quests on Up Bionis, so it's really likely we're not going to get to 5 stars with that area. But I wasn't aiming for 5 stars with every area, I was just aiming for all named quests, which I almost got. Almost. But anyway, with that, in the next few episodes of Xenoblade Chronicles, I'm going to take care of Colony 6. I'm going to take care of a whole bunch of side quests around the Bionis that are now available to us. There are quests in just about every area of the game that has people in it that we can now access, some of which I will be doing now, a lot of which I won't be. I have a list of quests that I can tackle now that I will be tackling. And once I complete that, I'm going to head back into the Bionis Interior and we're going to go through and beat the game. See you guys next time!